Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, boys. Episode 22.
Yo, Baz got it right. Fucking 10 points.
Yeah, I was gonna intentionally fuck it up, but I was like, nah.
Personal growth all around. You know what I'm saying? That's what we like to see. Baz is getting better at numbers. You know what I mean? The podcast numbers increasing. Something else that interesting happened last week. Discord's open, baby.
Bro, Discord has been popping off. We spent like 4 or 5 hours in the Discord talking to the lads. You guys are fucking funny, man.
Yeah, big ups to everyone who's in there. If you're not in there and you want to fucking join, hit the link down below.
Let's shout out a couple of people that were there. So fucking Pessimist, Big Toto, obviously Tomo fucking legend.
Crisis,
yeah, and I
Life
think
Feast, a few of the other boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jaeger.
I
forget his last name. Is it Jägermeister?
Yeah, Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Before we continue any further, we have
and all the others. Don't worry, there's just like a lot of people in there right now. So
let's fucking shout out the boys every episode. I reckon in the beginning, a little shout out for them.
Why don't we say we'll shout out 3 each episode?
Yeah,
because otherwise it's like fucking 30-minute intro in it.
Yeah. Anyway, boys, so we got a sponsor for this video. So that's at Puppy This, PUPI, and what he does is phone cases, and they're fucking awesome phone cases. We were talking to him on the Discord last night. Fucking awesome guy. Check out his website. I think it's puppythis.com.au.
You can use our link down below to get 10% off Puppy This phones.
Absolutely. We got some big stuff coming up with Puppy. We're going to have a new exclusive milk bucket case. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. Probably next week.
Shit looks crisp.
Yeah, shit looks fucking awesome. So super keen for that one.
100%. I mean, he's got fantastic designs. You could obviously cop the milk bucket one where it gets released, but you can also choose other ones if that's more up your style. They've got things like plants, scenery, cityscapes. It's pretty fucking fantastic. Baz has a case from them. It looks super high quality.
It's fucking awesome. Actually,
our boy Aaron, he has a case that's been sent really recently. It's actually at the post office. So you're going to go get it.
We'll show it when we get it.
Yeah, 100.
Anyway, boys, I want to move on to something that I've fucking noticed recently.
At Puppy This on Instagram and use our link down below.
Boys, I've been noticing this comment a couple of times on the YouTube, and I've also noticed it on the Discord all the fucking time. Why is everyone talking shit about my mum? Where the fuck did that come from? Why is everyone talking shit about my mum?
It's because in every podcast duo, there's an alpha and a beta. And they've just identified myself as the alpha, and they're like, well, I don't want to fuck with him. So, therefore,
bro, I saw the funniest thing. Literally, I think 1 minute ago, someone posted something in our shit post tax channel, and the comment was me when I see Milk Woman or Basil's mum. It was just a photo of a fucking grizzly bear just staring fucking hungrily. I don't know where the meme came from.
It started ages ago, bro.
Did it?
It started back with like the Instagram questions, like Q&A and shit.
Oh, it's like, I'm going to fuck Basil's mum.
Jokes, yeah. It's always like, love the show. You guys are doing so amazing. You bring a smile to me every day. You know what I mean? You've got me through a really dark past. Also, P.S. Baz, your mum's fit as fuck, bro. I can't wait to slam my balls against her ass. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
People brought this up just like unanimous, like it's not unanimously, but like separately. One person would say it, and then another person would say it, and now that it's a Discord, people are realizing they've been saying the same fucking joke. So it's just been stacks on, and they're all laughing at each other. Oh my god! Oh, we're thinking about doing a video with the on the Discord.
Yeah.
So what our current thoughts are, we'll get people to sit in the Discord, and then we'll like sort of record a segment, like maybe a story, and then we'll get your reactions afterwards.
Yeah, we're actually thinking for this week we might rip the concept of two truths and a lie. However, we're devious people, so we're going to change do a little switch.
Yeah.
2 lies and a truth.
Yeah.
It's easier to lie than it is to tell the truth in today's age. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was what we're going to do, and we might have some choice people sat in the Discord chat to react, maybe to interact. So if you want to feature in the next video,
to ask questions, to be detectives essentially.
Exactly.
So if you're keen for that, join the Discord.
You make sure you join the Discord.
Yeah, we'll announce when we're going to do it. So we're
also
super keen
like
for that.
Not to like fucking stop people. Always join the Discord, join the community, but like you probably do need to have like a not shit mic at a quiet place, so it's not just fucking blaring background noise and stuff when you talk.
How can they join the Discord?
Well, we got the link down below, so you just go down to the link and join it. We got multiple ranks. Fucking big shout to Todd and Tom. They've been fucking setting that shit up.
Fucking killing it.
We go to sleep and then suddenly there's all this fucking cool shit implemented and we're like, Jesus, bro, these guys are fucking magicians.
Best mods ever, man.
But yeah, we got our ranks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you get it just by typing and interacting in the chat.
Yeah, it's like levels. But the thing is, it is an interesting thing, and not to belittle the people who are dairy intolerant. Aaron. But there is a ranking of sorts. You start off with an empty bucket or an empty glass, I think it is. Yeah. And it goes to soy milk. Soy milk, it's
milk,
pretty shit. Yeah, light milk. Like, what even is that?
Yeah, or skim milk. I can't remember. And then hemp milk.
It sounds a bit cooler. You know what I mean? People think
what is
of
hemp
weed.
milk? Is that
I think it's from the plant that makes
is it a weed thing?
I don't know. I don't know if you get high from it, but like it sounds fun.
And then full cream.
Well, no, we got almond milk a little bit because almond milk
is pretty good.
It's a bit more expensive. It still tastes a bit shit compared to full cream, to be honest with you.
If you have sweetened almond milk, it's actually really fucking good.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Everyone always goes for the unsweetened one, the one that's fucking a bit more healthy.
It's like old lady pussy is really good compared to butt, like male butt.
I was going to say butt's pretty good.
Well, but compared to just a fucking dime piece Margot Robbie, it's still shit. You know what I'm saying?
True. Full cream is fucking bussin'.
Nothing competes with full cream.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
That's just fucking.
Have you ever had extra creamy milk? So you know how normal full cream has got 4% fat? You can get milk that has like 7% fat. So they add cream to it.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like some American shit, right?
Bro,
there, bro.
it's fucking delicious. You have it with some Milo cereal.
Jesus.
Shit is the spot, man. To all our American viewers, if you haven't had Milo cereal,
oh, that's banging.
I wonder if Milo is an international thing. I think it is.
At least the drink. I think it's owned by Nestle, right?
Yeah.
So it's
so is
a chance.
So is Arnott's, and Arnott's makes Tim Tams only in a show.
You know how like you go to certain areas. I think it's more predominant with like Asian cuisines. Like you can find like Indian shops where you can get spices and stuff specific for Indian restaurants. So you can go to like a Korean mart.
Yeah.
But in some places in Sydney, like you go to the inner west and you'll actually find like even in like you go to a Franklin's or an IGA or something like that, which is like a supermarket here.
Franklin's.
That's
a
day,
throwback, bro. Holy shit!
I used to live in the inner west when I was a kid, and we had a Franklin's back then.
It was a Franklin's where we used to live.
No, if you go to the inner west, a lot of times you'll find a lot of Italian and like Greek kind of like little things like soft drinks and stuff like that you just wouldn't see elsewhere. I'm wondering overseas is because I know in like Thailand and Bali there's Australian bars, which are just Thai people saying "G'day, mate."
Yeah,
but
literally.
I wonder if there's like Australian marts in the UK where you can buy like meat pie.
Good question, bro. Good fucking question. Because there's an international section in our supermarkets where they sell like Irish. You know that Irish drink, Iron Brew. I think it's a Scottish drink. Maybe it's like it's the one country where Coca-Cola sells less drink than another brand, and I don't know if it's Ireland or Scotland or something like that, but it's called Iron Brew.
Right.
Yeah, and they sell it in the international section at Coles and Woolies.
Jeez, I had fucking no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to a serious topic.
Yeah.
Serious.
Let's talk business.
Pondering.
Yeah.
How much money or how big would the role have to be in a movie, right?
Okay.
For you to kiss a guy without squirming afterwards. So it can't be like a comedic thing where you guys have to kiss and go like,
tough, bro. I don't want to fucking think about
like if you're getting 10 M's, bro. 10 M's slid into your bank account.
Is it just like a peck or is it deep?
No, deep, bro.
Oh, how long?
Like it's
give
a loving
me a
scene.
second.
Let's say on the movie they imply that you fuck, but let's say it starts off with like 10 seconds of deep kissing.
I want to be remunerated.
10 seconds is a huge fucking time as well.
Bro, I want to be paid at least $1 million per second. So if it's a 10-second kiss, 10 mils.
And I should also say, like, people will maybe think we're being like slightly homophobic.
No, I think that's exaggerated. I think $10,000 per second. If someone offered me $50,000 to do a 5-second kiss with a guy, I would do that.
I should also say, for people who think that we're being like, you know, homophobic or disparaging the gay community, ask them if they'd like to kiss a girl. It's the same thing. Like, at the end of the day, you're attracted to what you're attracted to.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But they're great people. I fuck with the LGBT.
Well, the only exception I've noticed in my experience as a straight man is lesbians tend to be less turned off by the idea of kissing a guy than gay guys tend to be about kissing a girl.
What type of lesbian?
Oh, as in like, so like, you know, my sister's lesbian.
Yes.
So I've had, I've talked, when you talk to a lot of lesbians, because I lived in Newtown in Sydney, so there's a lot of lesbians. Yeah. They tend to tell you like a percentage of how much gay they are and how much straight they are. And
the Kinsey scale.
Is that what it's called?
I think that's the like 1 to 6 or something like that.
Oh, well, if you said it out
6
of 10.
is like nipple tassels at the Mardi Gras parade. Like 3 is like, is 3 closeted? I don't know. What is midway?
Probably 50,
bisexual, maybe, I guess.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Hey, 3 drink, no.
If you put it in a percentage, I think it's rare for you to find a girl that says that she's more than 80% gay. And I'm talking,
really?
Yeah. And I wouldn't say that I know a lot of gay people, but just through my sister, because she's very big in the lesbian community. Sure. I've talked to a lot, and they usually say they're around 75% gay, even if they've never hooked up with a guy their whole life.
Well, yeah. The only reason why I pushed back a little bit is because obviously you meet the more butch lesbian women, and a lot of times they're very much like, no, fuck guys. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. I've very rarely met it. Like you would think that they're like fuck guys, but a lot of them will still like they won't hook up with guys, but they'll be like, oh, it's a hot guy or it's an attractive guy.
Have you ever like had a chat with a lesbian girl and she's like, you know, like when you're single or something like that, and she's like a butch lesbian, but you're on the exact same wavelength? It's like, what are you doing, bro? What are you trying to do now? And she's like, I'm trying to get some pussy right now, and you're like, hey, shit.
It's fucked how similar the mentality is. It's just the exact same mindset, but it feels so strange. Hey.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a good thing, man.
Fucking shout out to there's got to be a shortened way of saying it without being mean, right?
Shout out to the LGBT community.
Yeah, but it's like Q+ as well. Like it's like that's the name, and I think like saying LGBT now is a microaggression. It's just a long fucking word. Do you know what I mean? A long acronym.
Yeah, I mean it takes up a lot of syllables. It's 4 syllables. LGBT.
Then Q+.
Fuck, who has the time for that?
Bro, 6 syllables. More. Name a word with 6 syllables.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like LGBT is enough probably, because how many people are pro LGBT but hate the queers?
I still don't get what queer means now, because queer used to mean like a derogatory term for gay, but like it does not. It like queer is something different apparently.
Yeah.
I think it's like different. Confused or something.
Like I think so.
They're not like 100% sure. I think fact check us if we're wrong.
But I think it's very similar to it's like racism. It's like you either say I don't like any of the Asians, or you probably don't mind any of them. It's I think it's the same. Like, and you're either anti all LGBT or you're pro all of them.
It's similar in racism, I think, because like the people who try the hardest to seem like they're not racist usually are like a little bit racist.
That's so true, bro.
Like you get the people who are so scared of stepping on toes. It's like, that's like the craziest thing. You meet people who are like immigrants from many different countries and stuff like that. Yeah. And they're some of the fucking loveliest and funniest people you meet, because they've seen such poverty. They've seen such like
struggles.
Obviously not all of them, that's a generalization, but a lot of them have seen like massive struggles compared to the West. And it's like, they're not these fucking broken little people who are like so afraid. And then you get these white Karens who are like, oh my God, you said this and therefore, you know, you crushed the spirit. And it's like, bro, have you spoke to one in your life, or are you just preaching all this shit and then go back to your gated white community like a fucking weirdo?
Well, actually,
that's why I love the City 8, because you just get such a mixing pot of everyone, you know?
Exactly, bro. And this is actually fucking hilarious. That brings me back to LGBT. There was a trans person, like when I was in second year uni, because I went to a uni with a lot of like left wing. But so essentially, I was actually told, I wasn't told off, but I witnessed someone get told off for standing up for a trans person because she was called by her wrong pronouns. Like it was a trans woman, and someone said he wouldn't like that, and then someone else defended her and said she actually prefers she, and then I was close friends with the trans girl and also the other person, really? and she pulled her aside and she said, hey, like, you know, I appreciate it, but please don't take offense on my behalf, because no one made, like, her idea was it wasn't a big deal before, like no one thought twice about it. The fact that you stepped in now made me the victim. Right. Everyone knew that she made a mistake or he made a mistake, but no one was thinking about it. And now suddenly I'm the center of attention, which I didn't want to be. I don't need you to stand up for me. I could do it for myself. And he clearly didn't mean any bad intentions.
Yeah.
So that was a very fucking turning moment for me. It's like, don't stand up for people because you think that they're weak and they can't stand up to themselves.
100%. And obviously if you see someone getting picked on, you can like help them and stuff like that. But like a lot of people, like you're saying, like someone who's introverted doesn't want heaps of attention focused on them. And so by doing that, they might have thought like, oh, he's a fucking wanker or whatever. But now suddenly you've made a center of attention and they're getting like asked, you're right. And they're like, what the fuck's going on? You're overwhelming me.
Well, that's a lot of the times they actually didn't get offended. Like a lot of the times you would be worried that they got offended. And then by you standing up and making it into a big fucking deal, now they're like, fuck, I don't want I don't want this. I didn't want to be the trans person that's now being anal about it. I didn't want to be this.
I don't think I've ever actually had a conversation with the trans person. I remember just once, it was fucking hilarious, bro. It was a guy, like an actual guy. Yeah. Not an actual guy. Trans guy. A man who identifies with being a male and I think was born a male just by looks. Who knows? And he was with I don't even know. You know, it looked like it was a girl, but it was transitioning. It had like a goatee kind of thing and stuff like that. Yeah. But who the fuck knows? Classic. Yeah. Maybe it's a she. Maybe it's a they.
They love the goatees, bro. They love it.
They do. It's fucking.
The little stubble ones.
But it was not a good goatee. It was like really long, but super fucking like sparse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you got to get what you take.
It looks like the top of like an old guy's head. You know, like just sparse hair going up. But anyway, it was so fucking funny because they walk up and it's like, who gives a shit? I worked at a juice bar at the time and they walk up to me and give me the order. And it's like, yeah, who cares? People do what they want to do. Exactly. They're happy, who gives a fuck? But the guy, he walks up to me, he's like, oh, can I get this smoothie or something like that? And it's one of those ones which has like fucking like nuts and grains and like yogurt and shit. So it's mad like thick already. And he kind of like leans in a little bit closer and says like, I'm going to do it for the ASMR of the video. Make it super thick. And like kind of leads the cage dragging. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And my boss is like, yo, what the fuck did he just say to you? And I'm like, I said it. He's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that?
He leaned in.
He leaned in.
Make it super thick.
There was a big fuck, and it was like a noticeable leaning because there's a big like, I don't know, barrier because you're sat inside like a little cubicle thing. Yeah. And like, man, like leans a little bit over the glass thing and says like, make it super thick. And
so it was a trans guy?
Is it proposition?
Trans guy or a trans girl?
No, I think it was a guy. And then his partner was I don't know. I think his partner was a trans male, but I don't know. So if you're listening, I'm sorry. I'm sure your goatee looks better now, but I don't want to assume your pronouns and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck.
It was a bad goatee, I'm not going to lie. Bro. It was like...
Too funny. While we're on this topic of fucking controversial things, you know what I was thinking the other day?
I think we're being pretty fair, right? We're not like being offensive.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, our intention certainly isn't to offend anyone.
Yes,
so if we do, fucking let us know.
We fuck with everyone. That's the milk bucket fucking motto. What was the milk bucket motto I wrote in the thing? It's like, have fun, drink beers, watch hentai. What more can you want from life or something like that?
Yeah, legit. Yeah, so what I was thinking, you know how a lot of people fucking hate EDM? I'd say the vast majority
Are you trying to make yourself a fucking disparaged class right now? Well, this is an electronic dance listener.
Yeah, I'm impressed. No, this is what I was thinking. Because you know how a lot of people just sort of say, like, I don't like it. It sounds like a blender. And that's, you know, or it sounds like someone had a spasm and fucking on GarageBand and fucking something came out. But what I was thinking when I was going for a walk the other day is that sounds oddly similar to those racist fucking white guys that say, yeah, all Asians are the same. Fucking, it's all the same thing. It's like, no, mate. If you got to know the different types, the hundreds of difference of tribes from the different countries, and you'll notice that they're all different.
When you say they all look the same, it's like, what do you think Norway, Sweden, Finland, like there's a lot of similarities there. Yeah. When you have a geographical area with a lot of mixed population, because like a lot of the Chinese, like, you know, the Chinese would invade Korea. I'm sure they wouldn't not mate. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ravaging going along in the Asian continent. You know what I mean? Genghis Khan, he had some fun. I would say it probably wasn't good fun. It might be a bit offensive, also rapey. I mean, the fact that he's like one third of the Chinese population has some like link to Genghis Khan. It's pretty fucked.
Yeah, that's insane.
I can't believe he had 4 battles and was like raping so many women at the same time.
Interestingly, all the Khans that I know are actually Indians. So I wonder if I wonder if the lineage went towards South Asia or West Asia, I guess.
Yeah, that's actually interesting as well, because I know what you mean. Like when you think of the last name Khan these days, you do think of like a Desi person.
Pakistani, Indian, something like that.
There's like a famous boxer called Amir Khan.
I wonder if the Khan, you know, people with Khan last name, if they're
such
really
a sick
proud.
last name.
It is. Right? It's a fucking sick last name, especially because
not even Genghis Khan, but like fucking Shere Khan in the Jungle Book. You know what I mean? He's like this badass tiger and stuff like that. Like, it just sounds cool, you know.
But I wonder if they're proud of it. It's like, yeah, I'm from the Khan dynasty.
That's an interesting one. People say, can you separate the art from the monster? Like, you know, Billie Jean was not my lover, but a child was. That's what Michael Jackson said. Right? That's what Michael Jackson said. Anyway, he's like, no, she's over 18. What are you talking about? I don't like her. Macaulay Culkin, on the other hand, Home Alone 3. Am I right, dog?
Wait, was the guy from Home Alone 3 a fucking pedo?
No, he hung out with Michael Jackson. Like, I think young? the black or white video or something like that. I think that had Macaulay Culkin.
Really? Is that what fucked him up?
Who fucking knows?
I wonder if that is.
I think child stardom fucked him up, but I don't think he claims to have had a thing with him. I think
child what fucked him up?
Child acting. Like
it's a lot of pressure for a kid.
Yeah, and you don't have any normal life, you know, like especially in the States. I think
the pressure.
Yeah.
It's like even that much pressure on even a 21 or 22-year-old, I feel like it's a lot of pressure to deal with. Like constantly traveling, being required to memorize scripts, always being someone else, you know?
I agree. I think the external shit is the thing that makes it bad though. The fact that you can't just go to the playground without your fucking, you know, 1,000 people taking photos of you and shit.
Yeah.
That's why I hate paparazzi, bro.
Here's another thing.
So just quickly double back.
Yeah.
can you think someone is like, you know how like you might have a grandparent or something like that who's more racist because they grew up in a time where it was just an accepted thing, and you're kind of like, that's wrong.
They
grandpa.
try their best. They understand that's not acceptable, and they try their best.
Ironically, I actually haven't had any experience of this.
Neither, honestly.
I've had quite like accepting. I always grew up with like other cultures and stuff like that. But you hear this stereotype of like the grandpa fucking hating immigration and all that kind of shit, right? Yeah. And you accept that. Can you actually accept the great things someone did and take away the bad things based on the time period they were? So
it depends how good it is and how bad it is.
Well, so you look at Julius Caesar, he massively built up the fucking, he kind of destroyed the Roman Republic, but like he built up the fucking fortifications and stuff. He made a few banging quotes, fucking Vini Vidi Vici, you know what I mean? Yeah. Inspired a fucking techno band, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty sick as well.
I love Vini Vici.
But like, so he did a lot, July is named after fucking Julius Caesar, all this kind of stuff. And he made some fucking massive progress in terms of what he did, especially just for the people. But he did also almost genocide the Gauls, which are like the French and fucking lower Germanic natives.
Well, that's the thing. People will take, I really don't want to go down this road because it's going to be so easily misconstrued. But people accept the good things that bad people do. And they just, a lot of people fucking love the Autobahn. Let's not talk about who fucking made it.
Baz is like, look, Hitler did a few bad things. No, but the trains ran on time.
I'm just saying that like people take the good stuff and they just pretend that the bad, like they just pretend that it's not associated with all the, like people love going to the fucking pyramids. Like you don't think about all the fucking thousands and hundreds of thousands of slaves that died to make it.
Yeah. And I think Hitler's a different example because he, in his own time, was an evil monster and society viewed him as such.
Yeah.
But like there are, and I guess every society is going to see things, but there are some people who weren't viewed as that. However, like you go back in time and fucking, I don't know who's a good, like Gandhi, right? He's considered a pretty good all around guy.
Pretty good guy.
But he used to fucking sleep with underage girls in his bed to practice his ability to resist temptation.
What temptation was he trying to resist?
Wanting to fuck the underage girls.
Wait,
but
so
at the same time,
there
was no such thing as age of consent. Well, maybe there was, but I'm assuming there was an age of consent in India back in the fucking colonial days.
Whoa. Hold up. I want to dive deeper into this.
Okay.
So what did he used to do?
That's what he wanted to do as well.
What did he used to do?
But he resisted. There's stories that he used to lay in bed at night with like underage kind of girls or whatever. Underage might have been a caveat we put these days. It literally might have just been he's thinking I want to lie in bed with girls in order to resist temptation. Maybe they're not naked, you know what I mean? But
it sounds like a very suspicious alibi. Yeah, bring in the 14-year-olds. Yeah, take off their clothes.
I'm shocked that Michael Jackson didn't think of that.
I'm trying to resist. I'm trying to resist fucking them. Just put them in the bed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but like he also just went on a hunger strike and freed a country. So he sounds like the kind of hippy-dippy guy who's like, no, I'm training my power.
Or he sounds like a master manipulator.
For people who don't know, there was just a noise. If you heard the noise, you heard it. If you don't,
Good. It is what it is.
I don't know. You know what I mean? It's part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of it. Fuck, there was something I wanted to dive into before that. It was something to do with children. I don't know if I want to go down that road anymore, though.
I mean, dive into children. I don't know, dog. I think that's it's a tricky landscape.
The topic I meant.
I don't know, bro. You just kept saying like, yeah, dude, like I know she's 16, but she's kind of hot. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man, dude, that shit is always fucking. I'll tell you what was strange, and this actually gave me a big memory. So shout out to Toto from Discord yesterday. He was talking about, this Toto is 16 by the way, so he's a 16-year-old guy, year 11. He was talking about, he has a crush on a girl who's also 16, very, very fair enough. And he was telling us, it's a bit weird, she's young, she's 16 years old. I'm like, bro, for you, that's not fucking weird at all. But then it made me remember when I was 16, if I was talking to a 14-year-old, that would be fucking crazy. Like, don't do that. That's pedophilia. But in hindsight, now we're a little bit older.
I think your school was a bit fucking nerdy, mate, because there were mad year 9s that went out.
Bro, no. Ask any 16-year-old if they would date a 14-year-old.
Bro, I'm telling you, there were mad year 10s that would date fucking year 8s and shit. It's weird.
That's fucking... that's the thing. It's actually very normal. It's very, very fucking normal for a 16-year-old to date a 14-year-old.
That's what I'm saying.
But if a 16-year-old...
Because girls your own age don't want you at that time. They want the guy who's fucking 2 years old who has the car. So you're like...
True.
Well,
if you're 16 and you're dating a 14-year-old, is that legal? I think it is. It's just 100% not.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird even thought about that. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the real question is if you're 15 and she's 14, what's the are you guys both raping each other? Like are you statutory raping each other?
Yeah, like which one came first, the statutory rape or the egg? Like any fucking way.
Yeah.
After that philosophical thought we just had there, let's move on.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie, Law Abiding Citizen, the other day with
watched it many times. Denzel Washington.
No.
Law Abiding Citizen. Oh, it's the white guy.
Like Gerald Butler or something.
Gerald
like
Butler, yeah.
And Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is like the slick lawyer dude.
Lawyer.
And at one point in time, right? So for people who don't know, Gerald Butler, the guy who played the guy in 300, Leonidas. He's this dude, his wife and kid get killed in front of him by these guys. They both get caught, but only one of them gets the death penalty and one of them gets off real scot-free. And essentially this dude is so fucking like brutal in his head that he goes and kills both of these people himself in like a really vicious manner, does all this shit. Watch the movie. It's a fucking fantastic movie. But at one point he says, so he's like this fucking secret agent dude. He's like an engineer who's fucking built like all these like weapons and stuff. And there was this dude in it and he's like, if he hasn't killed you yet, and giving context, Gerald Butler's in a fucking like maximum security prison at the moment. He said, if he hasn't killed you yet, that's because he doesn't want to yet.
Oh,
because he's meant to be like some fucking mega assassin. Like
this is the guy that kills
builds
everyone.
Things. Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
And I had a question because at one point he was like, if you don't want everyone to die, you'll release me by noon tomorrow. Now, if you know,
Gerald Butler said that?
Yeah. Let's say you're in charge of, fucking the world or your country or whatever, right? And you have someone who's killed 10 people and they keep killing people from inside their prison. And if they say to you, if you don't do this, you're dead and everyone you love is dead, as well as like hundreds of people. And let's say there was a way you could get divine intervention and you know that like, if I grant him this, he won't kill anyone else. But you get this. He'll
kill 0 humans.
Huh?
He'll kill no humans.
No more humans, right? He won't even eat meat. He'll go vegan, bro. That's how against it is. Would you like do that to save people, or would you stand with the moral side, which is like he killed all these people. He's a monster. He should not be released into prison because it's essentially you or out of the prison system. You're getting away scot-free.
That's a good question. So if there was divine intervention and I was 100% sure that he would stick to his promise, then I would do it. Absolutely. The issue is in the real world when there's no such thing as a fucking are you going to believe a fucking criminal's promise?
But I don't know what to do.
Fuck no, bro. I'm like, if it's people that you love, it sucks. Do as much as you can to protect them, but I ain't letting him free. 0 chance.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. That's the kind of shit where I'm like, yo, I'm taking my vacation now. I'm going to fly to fucking the Caribbean and I'm going to just chill, bro.
Never come back.
I'm going to fucking open up like a juice bar or something like that.
Yeah.
Sell people.
Open up a surf shop.
Exactly.
Then that way I can learn to surf. And
I'll do it in Panama so there's no taxes and they don't expedite you, so it's cool.
Yeah.
I wonder why, how did Panama get that reputation of being like, once you flee from a prison or like you're trying to run away from America, once you get to Panama, you're fine?
Good question, bro. It's not just American, bro. Do you remember the Panama Papers?
No, what's that?
Bro, that was like
was that the tax evasion?
Yeah, right? 2014, 2013, where like all of these fucking high ups in the Australian government were all involved and had
Wasn't
bank
it not
accounts
just high ups? Wasn't it like fucking like high ups in the world?
Yeah.
I thought there was like
but
royals
Australian
and shit
specifically. Like I think it was
Really?
it was the Prime Minister at the time, 2 before him as well. All of them had bank accounts in Panama.
Turnbull.
Yeah. I think
I
I think it was before Turnbull. But the whole idea is that they
Tony Abbott, brah.
I can't remember, but there was like 4 or 5 of them. I think Julia Gillard as well. And they all had bank accounts in Panama.
I guess tax evasion versus tax avoidance.
But also,
what are your thoughts?
But also, pause. Yeah, I'm happy to get into that topic. But also, it's not illegal to have a bank account in Panama, which was all of their arguments. They were saying, yeah, we have a bank account in Panama. It's registered in Australia. You go on my MyGov, it's there.
I guess the idea would be like, why Panama?
Yeah, it's suspicious.
Why do you spend the winters in Ireland? What's happening there?
It's very suspicious. But the whole idea is they all like that's why they're all still up there because they said like it's always been registered. Everything that's there, I'm 100% transparent about.
Have you ever heard the stereotype of like there were like bathhouses or like these like 24/7 gyms back in the day before that was like a common trend, and it was essentially like it was like code for like a gay hideout or something like that. Like, so there'd be like steam rooms and stuff like that where people go to, and it's like
an orgy.
And yeah, like people knew like, oh yeah, if you go there, like, you know, you're going to get some dick and butt. Yeah. Right. And it's like, you could go there for esteem, but you being here, you're going to raise suspicions, and that's fine. But, you know, like having a bank account in Panama, maybe you didn't launder money.
Yeah. That's like when you see your mate while partying in Oxford Street, at like the gay capital of Sydney. It's a bit suspicious.
Nah, Oxford Street's lit, bro.
I fucking love Oxford Street. Yeah, I fucking love it.
Did we just suss ourselves, dog?
Yeah, we did.
How did that work?
But maybe we anti-sussed it by being upfront about it.
Yo.
Yeah. It's like the Prime Minister says, yo, I have a bank account in Panama. What are you going to do about it?
Bitch.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck.
What are my thoughts on tax evasion versus tax avoidance?
Like, okay, obviously everyone's cool with tax avoidance. For people who don't know, tax avoidance is like...
A lot of people aren't.
Yeah, but fuck them, bro.
A lot of people aren't.
People who want to pay 80% tax can suck my dick, bro. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Yeah.
But like, so the idea for people who don't know, tax evasion is breaking actual like tax law.
It's when you know you owe $100 in tax and you purposely only pay 10 or 15.
Yeah, or like you're using like illegal loopholes to try and pretend like you've got less income and stuff like that. Like, so you're trying to make it look legit.
It's a lie. It's fraud.
Exactly. Whereas tax avoidance is following loopholes, you know, like donating.
Taking advantage of this, donating this amount, investing in R&D, which is a tax write-off, like doing smart things to make your tax liability lower.
Now, tax avoidance is completely legal as long as you stay out of the gray area. You know what I mean? Like, because there is a gray area between tax avoidance and tax evasion.
That great area.
But what do you think about, like, I'm kind of all for the idea of like, I'm not going to blatantly commit fraud. But like, if I can find little loopholes that are technically legal and not have to pay so much money in tax.
I actually, this is the thing, because I'm usually right-wing when it comes to economics, but I'm not against net worth tax when you get above a certain level. Because if you've got over like $5 or $10 billion, there is nothing you can do with that money. Like, there is no chance that even your grandson will spend it all.
Yeah, but people with $5 or $10 billion never have it in liquid assets that they can unwind.
Sell it.
Yeah, but if you do that, you're decreasing it.
What do you mean decreasing?
You already have a fucking net worth tax, bro. That's why.
No,
you got a fucking a forced net worth tax. So then you're for like, bro, yeah.
I don't want to get into the Islamic one. So there's an Islamic one that says you got to donate X amount of your net worth, and I think it's a fucking phenomenal idea in theory.
Yeah.
In theory, like it's and that's a big loophole we can get into, but I don't want to get into that now because I feel like it would be boring for everyone. But I like the idea of a net worth tax because it's just they've got too much money, man. And at the end of the day, when you listen to interviews with these people, they don't give a shit about money. Like their aspirations moved on decades ago. Like for them, it's because they want to make an impact in life. It's like they want to. That's why do all the billionaires now have fucking space agencies?
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily they want to do it, make an impact for the good. I think it's they want to be the guy written in history about.
Yeah, well, that's why you fucking force them to pay.
But so that's the thing. I don't necessarily think that, like, because if you're trying to encourage productivity and innovation, it's not a very.
I'm not trying to say anyone who has over $100,000 has to pay a net worth tax. I'm saying $600 million and above. Like an absurdly high amount of money and then an extremely low percentage. If you've got a bank account, if you've got a net worth of $1 billion, most likely you've learned how to make a return of over 50% per annum.
I think
there's no chance you wouldn't have gotten there in the first place.
I think the pushback people might have. Well, no, like
so
it's not a consistent. I think most of these people make it through companies.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
exactly.
And like a lot of times that doesn't mean you're just starting another company that does immediately well. You know, it might be like Jeff Bezos.
Build it up.
Like having Amazon, like
exactly.
That doesn't mean that once Amazon reaches a fucking mature stage in their life cycle that he's still going to get 50% per annum, right?
Yeah, but he has historically. He's worked out a way to get probably thousands of percent per year over 20 years, which has made him billionaires.
Sure, but you look at Elon Musk.
A 1% net worth tax isn't going to slow down your momentum, but it will make a huge difference to the fucking tax system. Humongous difference.
It'd be. I think the reason why they'd be annoyed about it is because it would be that annoying. Like I have to now go through what are they called, dark pools or something like that, in order to unload my shares without fucking tanking the stock price because the average consumer.
Warren Buffett does it. Bill Gates does it. They donate all their money in stocks.
It can be done. How much money do they actually donate?
I think they said that if Warren Buffett didn't donate, he'd be by far the number one richest man because his amount that he's donated over, I think, double his net worth.
Wait, does he do but it's tax write-offs surely. Like that plays it. Actually, he pays fuck all in tax, doesn't he?
He's not doing it for a fucking tax write-off. He doesn't pay any tax.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing. Berkshire never produces a profit.
Yeah, it's sneaky though.
Yeah. It's not for sneaky reasons. It's because he's got shareholders. And he's trying to do the right thing by the shareholders. He donates his own money.
Right.
So like his whole mentality is, people invest because of me. They don't invest because of my returns. They invest because of me. So, and the reason why they do that is because I genuinely want the best for my investors, which is why he's the greatest investor. On the other note, him personally, he's a really fucking good guy. I'm sure if anyone's listened to him, he's a very good guy. So for him, he donates his net worth like it's fucking peanuts because he's got so much money. He's going to donate 99% of his net worth.
If you asked him for $100, he'd give it to you?
100%.
On the street?
Oh, probably not.
Jack
Actually,
Post.
Probably not because he doesn't want to give his children inheritance.
Yeah, Jack Post from Hamish and Andy, the podcast. He once asked Richard Branson for $100 and he wouldn't give it to him.
What?
I think the reason why is there was a Sidemen video where it's like Guess the Millionaire. And
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it with OnlyFans chick and
there was a bunch of different people. The guy with the fake one or something.
Yeah.
And they said like, all right, here's £100. Who wants it? Right. And like the older guy's like, you need it more than I do. And then the one guy who was like a millionaire or something like that's like, yeah, cheers, takes it, right? And then it's like, yeah, that's how you become a millionaire. You don't just give out money and fucking take it back. That's why all these rappers and stuff like that go broke at fucking 25 because they're trying to have such high outgoings. You know what I mean? Like the mentality of I'm just going to spend as much as I want, but like there's going to be no accountability for what I do.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, what would you think about what do you think about tax loopholes? See, this is the thing. I'm totally fine for tax loopholes because they're made for a reason at the end of the day. Like they're not like negative gearing isn't just a thing so that extraordinarily rich people pay zero tax. Like that's a side effect of a rule, which is meant to make rent reasonable.
Negative gearing it helps the average person as
exactly.
Like,
it helps the average person a lot more than it helps the investor.
Yeah, exactly. The issue I think with going through loopholes is the fact, I think you told me this, that they can backtrack it as X amount of years. And if they close a loophole, they're like, well, you did this, however many, is it like 5 years?
Or they can question what your intention was. That's the issue. It's not as simple as, especially like the massive gray area of international tax. Yeah. Where that changes all the time and there's no one system that's globally recognized. They've got the OECD, which is known to be like the global standard, but it's not 100%. Like it's a very big gray area.
What if there wasn't any tax loophole? You don't close the tax loophole. You don't put a percentage kind of thing. Yeah. But you allow anyone with an income less than 100K a year to bribe people and it's not a crime. So you get all your money and stuff like that. But when a cop pulls me over for speeding, I can be like, hey, it's $50. Just make it easier on ourselves.
What do you think about the idea? And this was fucking actually used in America. So there's still a lot of these around. And I learned about it on Billions. I think I might have talked about it on the channel. But what do you think about the idea of extremely rich donors, people that donate to the police force, they get given a get out of jail free card? And essentially, it's only for very, very minor crimes. So if you're caught drink driving and you drive over someone, fucking ain't going to help. But if you're speeding 10 over, you give it to them with your life. And it still exists, by the way, in America.
Wait, it's an actual thing?
It's an actual thing. It's an actual thing. We can
like a legal thing or like an understanding?
Oh, it's an understanding.
Okay, yeah. It's
an understanding agreement. So the guy, like it's 100% to his discretion, but that card means that you're a big donor to the police force. And it's like, I'm not, and if you're driving like maybe 7 or 8 Ks over the limit, he'll probably let you off.
But here's the thing: the tricky thing with all that is that like, if you're driving 20 over, it'll be fine. If you're driving 30 over, 30 is over in 10 more than 20.
I don't even think 20 over they'll let you off.
I think back in those days, you don't even need a card. I think back in those days, like when this shit's popping off like fairly considerably,
slide 100.
Exactly. It's the same thing. I watched American Gangster, and it's like, all the cops are on the payroll. Yeah, like every single fucking cop. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Shit's fucking scary, bro.
It'd be kind of sick, but like it's being just too corrupt. No. Being the guy, being able to like, oh yeah, that cop. I could kill someone in front of this cop and he wouldn't do anything because I own him. Not killing people, that's not good. But like the feeling of security, like if some guy talks shit to me and we end up having a scrap, I'm not going to go to jail for assault. You know what I mean?
It's scary, bro.
It is a bit scary.
It's scary as fuck.
Because what if it's someone else as well?
Yeah, and it's still around in lots of countries, bro. Still around in lots of countries, just corrupt ass police.
A lot of Asian countries. I'm sure a lot of third world countries, as you say, but like I've heard of a lot of people doing it in like Bali and stuff like that. Well,
in Jordan, I have vivid memories of my parents bribing police. So Jordan is where like my family resides.
Oh, really?
They've done a full transformation, full 180. It is like it is the worst thing to bribe a police officer because this is how they turned it around. So the reputation when I was a kid, when I would go there, is my dad would hire a really fucking nice car because we would only go there like maybe 2 weeks or maybe a month. So he'd hire a really nice car, like a BMW or a Merc or maybe like, but he'd buy a nice classy one that goes far, and then you just fucking floor it.
Yeah.
And when you did get caught, because you would get caught eventually, you give him your license and you give him $20. And then he fucking checks your license, gives it back, and he takes both and he gives you one back. And then you go off on your merry way. And that was just a protocol. You give him the 20 and you give him the license, and that's it. And you get one back.
It's so hard to like.
Now it's completely different, because what the police force did is that they would get undercover cops from a different third-party agency. Their entire job was just to speed. And when they got caught, they would give their license and the 20. If the police officer took it, then they would not only be fired, but they'd be given a massive fine, which was like nothing you could do about it. And within like 2 or 3 years, it was just gone. You would never fine the police. Otherwise, you would get fined back. And the bribery is just completely
That's
gone.
like, have you ever heard, who the fuck was it? I think it was Joey Diaz. Maybe he was talking about it. Fucking shout out to we're talking about shouting out fucking famous people. Shout out to you, Toto. And also shout out to Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
I think it was him. He was saying that he used to buy cocaine off one particular guy, right?
He'd always owe money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's that story.
Well, no, there's a lot of different people. Joey Diaz bought fucking cocaine off.
Yeah.
Right? But he bought cocaine, and Joey Diaz got arrested for kidnapping, right, with like a weapon. And what happened was he went into the system or something like that, and he saw this deal, and he's like, "How did they get you?" And he's like, "Well, there was a guy who came in." Now, a lot of times you see it in movies and stuff like that. I don't know how this works because, to be honest with you, I'm not a fucking junkie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you see that kind of shit, it's pretty scary. But you can shoot cocaine, essentially. You can
like crack.
liquid. No, cracks you smoke. But
Cracks
like,
in a pipe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But you can shoot cocaine. I don't know how
Like
that
directly
works.
into the bloodstream?
Yeah, but it's meant to be like fucked. And so, man was coming in and he was shooting cocaine, blasting cocaine in front of him. Right, he was a really spaced out junkie dude. You know what I mean? He'd come back to do this for months at a time, and then after 6 months, he just disappeared for a month. Then suddenly, this guy gets pulled in. He's like, "What are you talking about? Like, you got nothing. This is bullshit." He goes in. He sees in the courtroom the same guy, but he's all cleaned up. You know what I mean? He's wearing a suit. His hair's fucking trimmed and stuff.
Jeez, he was undercover the whole time.
Yeah, and they just send him to rehab. He goes back, because the thing is, I think, like they said it in fucking, ironically, 21 Jump Street. They had that like drug thing that they do, the little pill. And they said like, take it in front of us because they need to see that you're like legit.
Yeah.
And so like that was how they got this like big drug dealers fucking trust.
Yeah.
By like making him shoot in front of him, which is insane, bro. The idea, like, first of all, what would the pay be like? Surely enormous.
I don't think, no. That's the thing.
No, because in the government system, if you're doing anything that's a dangerous job like that, you're already going to get more pay.
No, not with the US government. The US government is massive stinges about it. I don't want to get into the details, but I know for a fact that like they just get paid nothing compared to their international peers, especially Australia and like Northern Europe, paid up the arse to be in dangerous jobs.
Right.
But Americans just don't get it. American soldiers will be outfield. Like you watch the movies, they're on like 50K US. And they're out in Afghanistan or they're out in fucking Iraq. Shit's fucking, it's really, really sad to hear.
You know what I think it is?
What?
In America, they prop up the military so much to the point where like every time you see it, like so much to the fact where people will just wear their fucking army uniform as their casual wear, just going to the shops and shit like that. Yep. And, people say like, oh, thank you for your service. You know what I mean? You get your fucking discount and stuff. But in the rest of the world, there's not that same respect you get. Like,
absolutely not.
If I see a soldier, I'm thinking more like, why'd you blow up that fucking Afghani village, dog? Like, there's no, like, let's relax for a second.
Yeah.
Because, again, I think in our recent memories, a lot of the times, the wars that might have seemed just turned out to be less just. Like,
and then we realized what the real goal was.
Yeah,
why they
invaded Saddam, like, doesn't have weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Staying in Afghanistan for like 10 years longer than we fucking really needed to be. Like,
yeah.
And then there's so much complexity. I heard a lot of people saying that when the US pulled out of Afghanistan, I don't know where the fuck, maybe it was Syria or something, but they were saying that potentially puts pressure on the Kurdish people in Turkey because Turkey has done a lot of fucking genocide. I didn't realize that. They're like fucking with the Armenians.
Fuck, bro, they fucked with the Armenians so hard.
Yeah, they've got the Greeks.
They're similar to India in which all of their neighbors hate them. All of their neighbors hate, and it's not just because of cricket,
Yeah, but India is more because they're the biggest one with the biggest population, so they have like, the biggest
cricketers.
dick in the locker room.
Yeah.
Whereas fucking Turkey just has done a lot of shit throughout the years, hasn't it?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Even there's pockets of Greek natives essentially along the coastline, because obviously Turkey and Greeks are like quite close to each other. It's just like the Aegean Sea between them, I think.
Yeah.
Not the Aegean Sea, it is the Mediterranean Sea, but like they're close enough that they fought for thousands of years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's these things and they're getting like persecuted, you know what I mean? Like you got to be mad careful. It gives off fucking Palestinians in, what's the one, not the West Bank that they live in?
Gaza.
Yeah. Where they're like just getting fucking, you know, you just got to hope that your house isn't fucking occupied the next day when you go get some
Shit's
milk and
scary,
shit
bro.
like that. It's
Shit's
crazy,
very,
bro.
very scary.
That's why I think like to fucking reiterate your point you said last week, like where you grow up is such a big indicator of
It's a big privilege, bro.
Bro,
It's a
massive.
very, very big privilege to be born in a first. I think even bigger than being born in a first world country is speaking fluent English. Speaking fluent English is like you can be born in a third world country if you can speak English and if you have the social intelligence to be able to adapt your accent, which is sad to say, and I hope it doesn't get misconstrued as racism. But if you can adapt your accent to or just at least match the person you're speaking to, that's such a valuable asset. I mean, I
don't think that's racist. Like what you're saying is essentially like some people can speak. I'm trying to learn fucking Italian at the moment.
Yeah.
My accent does not sound like what the fucking Italian person on Duolingo sounds.
Yeah.
Which means an Italian person might have a difficult time understanding.
You'll always
the
be an
exact
outsider.
word. Yeah, exactly. The reason why English is probably the most powerful language in terms of that is because obviously you've got, you know, hundreds of millions of people speaking Hindi in India. You've got hundreds of millions of people speaking Mandarin. I'd say probably close to the full population would speak Mandarin, right?
Oh, in China?
In China. Obviously, you've got enclaves which speak like their native languages and like they've got Cantonese in the lower half. But
I wouldn't know enough, but we'll run with that.
Sure. But the thing about English is that it's spread over so many different countries.
Yeah.
Like you've got all of Europe, you've got obviously Australia and stuff like that. You've got a lot of the Americas. You've got a lot of Africans. I think because every other language kind of like, you look at Spanish, you can speak with everyone in South America aside from the Brazilians, but like Portuguese and Spanish.
But even Brazilians would usually speak Spanish as well.
Yeah.
Because if they want to travel in their local region.
Like, there's similarities where you can kind of have an idea of what people are saying in order to get around.
Yeah, yeah.
You look at French, you can speak with a lot of people in Africa. You know what I mean? There's a lot of French speakers there. But English just happens to be in almost every fucking...
I don't even think it's the amount of people you can speak to. It's the amount of millionaires. Take all the millionaires on Earth. What's the common language that they speak the most?
Arabic. Oh, wait, English, sorry.
I'm just probably English. Probably. Even outside of first world countries, you look at all the millionaires, they probably all speak English. Because they're, especially, unless they're like really new money, but even still, they probably have had to learn English at one point. You know, at least just have a conversation with someone in English, just to do their business. Do you have to speak to investors? Do you have to speak to the public?
Although a massive fucking, I think, tip to English speakers is because I think there's a lot of arrogance with English speakers that's maybe not even like, you don't even recognize. Like I was in Japan and I was trying to find out where the toilets were. And I was kind of saying, like, I was speaking to a woman who, because there is a lot of English in Japan, to be honest with you, even though they're quite like a
first world country.
Yeah, but they're a population of like 97% Japanese origin. Yeah. Like they've got crazy fucking like...
What's the word for like they're very patriotic? Patriotic,
pure
I guess?
blood? I don't know.
Pure blood, yeah. Pure blood for sure.
But yeah, they fuck with Japanese culture and they don't want outsiders to degrade their cultural values, which is sure, whatever. Yeah. I like mixing pots, but people do what they do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I went there and I was trying to say to a woman who actually knew fucking very little English. Like she couldn't string a sentence together at all.
Yeah.
And I kept saying the word toilet and she's like, toilet, and said it. And she pointed me in the right direction. And I started realizing that if a Japanese person said to me toilet in Japanese, I'd be like, I have no fucking idea what you mean.
But you could, I mean, not obviously not real sign language, but you could use body language and like you could use your hands. This is hilarious. When I was fucking traveling around Asia, there was a white guy that had a shirt with like all of these weird faces and things that you would usually want on the fucking bathroom, on his shirt. So he would look for like, he would have like a meal and then he would have toilet and he would just point at it. He'd be like, this, and he'd just point at like a meal logo.
That's jokes. Yeah, but I mean, you've got Google Translate and stuff as well, but I just found it interesting, like the thought that so many countries in the world know at least the basic English, like phrases or something like that in order to like accommodate and also interact with the world, but especially a lot of tourist countries, they'll obviously understand it. And then English-speaking countries just very rarely fucking have any understanding of like other languages that come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there is some arrogance to it, I guess. Because
there's a lot of arrogance.
You go to the
Netherlands.
Netherlands,
So much arrogance.
they speak Dutch, but they've got a 97% literacy rate in English.
And their English is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
It's absurdly fucking good.
Bro,
good
shout out
English.
to all the fucking people we've been speaking to. I think Crisis said he was he's
Albanian.
going on the thing. Yeah, he's Albanian.
Yeah.
We got people from Norway, Germany. We've got like is Albania Europe or is that North Africa? I forget.
Albania.
I was
think it's
thinking
Europe.
of
It's
Algeria.
Europe. Yeah, it's
I
in
was
Europe.
thinking of Algeria.
Yeah.
I think
Algeria,
that's
North Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. But like we got so many people from all around the world just listening to us fucking speak.
Bro,
which
it's
is
fucking
crazy.
amazing. And it's so, I love when you guys message us on fucking Instagram. I want to shout out someone who fucking messaged us with the nicest, I don't know. I opened up Instagram halfway through work. I was having a fucking shitty morning and literally this guy, his name is Sebastian, fucking sends them the nicest thing ever on Instagram. And I was like, bro,
Wait,
this
you didn't
guy's
say something about your mom?
no, I didn't.
That's
But
a change of pace.
Yeah, bro, he's fucking legend, bro.
What happened?
Made my day. I'll actually, should I read the message?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I'll read the fucking message. So Sebastian sent me this on or sent us this on Instagram. Hey guys, I found you through TikTok and I've been listening to you for the last few eps that you've just done. Just wanted to let you guys know, if you ever decide to start a Patreon, I will be your first fucking subscriber. Unless you decide to kick it off in the middle of the day, your time, when my ass is asleep in American time. I love Australian pods. Weekly Planet, 2FOP, Filthy Casuals, you guys of course, and it's just so dope hearing some funny chill guys who are closer to my age. You guys are cool as shit and I hope you guys keep making podcasts.
That is the cool thing about the Australian podcast market right now. Obviously, the world has podcasts and stuff, but I think the fact that we've got like a much smaller population.
We have like an instant niche.
Yeah, but it's an instant niche because I think just Australian people tend to. I think definitely because Australians travel like motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you'll always, if you go to any country in the world, you'll go to the middle of Tanzania in the Sahara and you'll just see
find
one
an
Aussie guy with a fucking cork hat, like just drinking a VB saying,
Yeah.
look at that fucking rhino over there,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
But
I think you mean Mauritania, but Tanzania is on East Africa. Sahara's on West Africa.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking, no, I wasn't thinking Mauritania. I was thinking of, because there's a lot of, I don't even know why I said that because because I was
Maybe
thinking
Morocco,
sub-Saharan
you're
Africa.
thinking. Yeah.
Anyway. It is
Anyway,
what it is.
it is what it is.
What the fuck does... Oh, safari. That's what I was thinking of because Tanzania is a massive safari country.
So Tanzania is so fucking green as well.
Do you know
People
what's
don't
fucked
expect it
about...
to be that
Do you know what's
much.
fucked about safaris that I found out?
Yeah.
A lot of the safaris are actually just old like cattle farms and stuff like that people had, and they realized it's fucking impossible to raise livestock in Africa.
So we're just going to make it a tourist.
Yeah, they're like, well, I'll just
destination.
keep the lions here.
Yeah,
And
it's like the vineyards in Hunter Valley. They're not actually making money by making
Yeah.
wine. They're making money by doing fucking white girl tours.
That's why I don't. I think we had an agreement recently when we were talking about zoos because it's kind of like just a bit depressing when you see the animals there. But it's kind of sad that you like there are very few parts of the world where you can actually see animals in like an actual legit native environment, not like placed there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's a lion. Here's a few fucking zebra.
But
zebra, I should say.
also, do you want to be talking to a fucking wild gorilla? Is that something you want to be close to?
100%.
A wild gorilla?
Yes.
Inside a car or outside of a car?
Oh, you don't go in a car, bro. They're up in the mountains.
Oh, so you want to just go there and just be surrounded by wild gorillas?
100%.
And wild lions.
Bro,
and
that's
wild-
the thing I want to do the most. I want to go to Uganda or Rwanda. And
Yeah,
do
but I want
gorilla
to
tracks.
see that from a car, from the safety of a fucking bulletproof
Fuck
car.
that. You can't see them from there.
Yeah, of course they'll come to you.
No, you can't. They're
I've
up
seen
in the
videos
mountains.
of like the lions and stuff.
Lions are different to gorillas.
Yeah.
They're up in the mountains. Also, those are all fucking fake as well. You're just driving through.
Would you get like a, what's it called? Fucking a rabies shot?
I think you'd have to get whatever shot they need. You probably need like fucking
3 or 4
malaria
shots.
tablets. It's actually crazy. It's mad expensive to do. I think it's like a rack for a ticket. So you go to like Rwanda or Uganda. I think Rwanda is the one people talk about because I think
Yeah, or Botswana.
Uganda and the Congo. You know, Congo's a bit dodgy right now.
Yeah.
The board. It's funny when there's a site called like smarttravel.gov in Australia, and it's like
Smart travel.
yeah,
Fucking smart travel.
or
Love
safe
it.
travel or something. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those things. But essentially, before COVID, I think everything's red now. But
Yeah.
before COVID, it would show countries that are like a bit more dangerous, and some of them would be kind of bullshit. Like
Yeah.
there'd be a yellow on Thailand, and it's like, I mean, yeah, maybe you'll get scammed
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
you'll get pickpocketed, but you're fine. You know what I mean? Like it's a relatively safe
Yeah,
country.
yeah. It over exaggerates a bit.
Yeah, but Congo was like full red, and the
Yeah.
borders of Rwanda and Uganda were just like fucked red. But Yeah, you pay $1,000 there, and it's fucked because what happens is you go stay at like these the kind of campsites with a bunch of the other people, and then some of the African natives who, because they've got spotters who are out in the jungles, and you're just hiking until you eventually get up to them, right? Because they'll have people in the jungles telling you like, oh yeah, they're at this location or something like that at the moment.
Yeah,
but they always wander. And Carl Pilkington, the fucking Ricky Gervais mate, the Idiot Abroad, he hiked for 10 hours before they found it.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Sometimes it's 1 hour.
That doesn't sound too bad, bro. Going for a 10-hour hike in fucking Africa, that sounds like a beautiful story, bro.
No, it sounds amazing, and I'll do it. Also, the great thing is, because you're up mountains, you don't get the same leech problem you can have. There are some places in Africa where there are like ponds, which are like kind of, I think Burke Rice just spoke about it. Jeez. Fucking shouting out so many people, dog. I think we should get a kickback, surely.
Yeah, surely.
But he did a lot of travel shows, and he said that there were, they went to this place and you could buy specific boots, and then you could buy these socks. I think he said they were like mesh socks or something like that. And they were like specially designed, and he just bought them, but all the other people said, no, it's fine, I got socks. Then at one point they have to wade through waist-high water, and they have to tuck their pants obviously into their boots and shit like that. Then they get out later on that day, people pulling off shoes, and they've got like 10 leeches on their feet. And these
and
are
they came through the shoes.
Yeah, bro. These like, I don't know, have you ever had a leech before?
Yeah. Tons.
Like, and these are Australian bitchy leeches. Yeah. Imagine the fucking big ass African leeches, dog. Like you look,
it's part of the fun, bro. It's all part of the experience.
Yeah, but leeches are gross, bro.
Take photos of that shit, bro. It's all part of the experience.
Nah, I don't fuck with parasites.
If it doesn't kill you, bro, it's a good story.
Yeah, but they're definitely nasty. And with the mountain ones, you're not really climbing through water and stuff. But it looks amazing. It looks fucking amazing. I'd be so keen to do it.
I mean, I don't know how.
Imagine the Tinder profile picture, right? If you're fucking sitting, kind of like leaning your back up against a fucking gorilla, and you just got this big ass gorilla there, and you just got like fucking, you just look like a traveler.
Are they friendly with humans?
I think
do they see us as threats?
No, because I think we're just so much smaller than them. Obviously, they can charge you and stuff like that, and there've definitely been cases of this. But I think the idea is it's kind of like a lot of animals. When they walk up to you, you kind of keep your head down a bit. You don't like make eye contact.
Like that fucking bird that fucks with humans in Australia. What are they called?
Magpie?
No. Magpies, yes. But it's the
cassowary.
Cassowary. Yeah.
Bro, there's like 3 of them, dog.
Don't make eye contact with them. Yeah. Just walk away slowly and don't make eye
Those
contact with them.
So aggressive. How fucked is it that certain animals, like what you would just naturally do is the fucking worst thing to do? Like sharks. If you see a shark in the water, you're meant to just fucking gently paddle back. Because if you thrash about, that's the reaction that a seal would have seeing a shark, and they'll fucking gun it for you.
Yeah.
Or like a dog. If you see like a wild dog coming at you and you run, it will chase you and think you're fucking prey. But if you stand up to it and kind of make yourself big and kind of almost go at the dog a bit, it'll fucking just leg it. Like there's this crazy Australian in Africa. It's this guy.
The gorilla comes up to him and he just stands there.
No, not that guy. That's a different guy. This is like an actual Aussie guy. I saw a different video. I think of the same one. He was grabbing red belly black snakes. Like he had 4 of them. He was holding by the tail, and he slid them down a rabbit's hole. And the rabbit ran out the other side, and he caught the rabbit and fucking cooked it and shit and ate it. But no, at one point,
so he baited the rabbit out with the snake.
Yeah. And he just caught the snakes by like grabbing their tails on the ground, just holding them up, grabbing 4 at a time.
Fucking badass.
But there's this video of him. They spoke about it on Joe Rogan's podcast with I think Adam Greentree or something, who's an Aussie hunter. There's a video of him where there's these lions over a kill. He runs out, bare fucking chest, no shirt on, just like little kind of crocodile, little like Steve Irwin shorts and fucking boots. And he runs at the lions going like, rah, and scares them off the prey. These big ass lions shit themselves and say, fucking Jesus, a wild Australian, I'm out of here.
Is it the same like 6'4" guy that fucks with all the Israelis in West Bank?
That guy's hilarious, bro. Bro, that guy is so fucking funny. It's also
He's so aggressive. It's like he doesn't know why he's angry. He just is angry.
He really hates Jewish people. Jesus. It's so aggressive. It's funny as well because like he just does not view them as intimidating people at all.
Yeah. He's also such a fucking massive guy as well. Like, that's the main thing.
But he always like bullies the Hasids. Like there's like the dudes with the fucking hats and shit like that, and he just walks to them and like one of them spat on him and he's like, if you spit on me again, I'll fucking kill you, cunt.
I'll rip your face off.
With the idea, I'll bite your face, cunt.
Yeah.
I can shout out to, what was he, Al? What was that? Can you remember that dub of Home and Away that was going around?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, bro, that was fucking classic Aussie memes, dog.
Oh, man. Jeez. Bro. I feel like the go-to move, and I'm not sure if this is correct, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you're faced by an animal that you're scared of, I think the number one thing is to stay fucking calm. Tell everything in your body to not freak out. Because if you freak out, then the animals are good at sensing if you're freaking out.
Yeah.
So if you're calm and you just like, if you stay fucking put and stay collected, I feel like that's always the best thing to do.
I think it's male bears that if you play dead, they won't eat you, but female bears will just fucking eat you either way. If they've got a kid, I heard Joe Rogan's will be about this, but it's a lot of animals that are used to chasing down prey. So like in America, people talk about Australia like it's scary. America has bears, wolves, fucking mountain lions, all that kind of stuff. Coyotes are just little fucking dogs, bro. I'd beat the fuck out of a coyote dog.
Sounds fucking dangerous, bro.
But yeah, no. Oh, bro, did you see that thing? There was a guy, it was like a farmer, and there was a cow and it had a calf, or maybe two calves, right? Yeah. And he was riding on a horse, and he had like his dog with him. And I think it was like a big kind of dog, but it wasn't like an Australian sheepdog, which is like, it's a medium-sized dog. It was a bigger guy. And you see these coyotes, and coyotes kind of look like foxes with shorter hair, I guess. They got pointy ears, they got the kind of like longer tail and stuff like that. But they'll fucking eat cow calves. And there's like a lot of them. They're actually quite smart animals. They can like work together. So a lot of times they'll have like a female one to try and attract an animal, and then all of them will jump out and fucking maul the thing and like fuck them up. They're like quite clever. But he's like, yo, look at the coyotes there. They're still kind of circling. They've got the dog kind of barking at them. And then he cuts to when he's right about to put the calves in the truck to bring them back to the farm. And he like turns the camera, and you just see this coyote lying on the ground, the dog next to him. He's like, oh yeah, coyote decided to take a little nap right now. You know, it just fell asleep, I guess. And you just see this massive dog staring over it. And obviously the dog just fucking ripped that kind of side. Fucking Joe Rogan spoke about how I think he had a pit bull, or his friend had a pit bull, and it came back and there was just blood all over it. And like, it had these little scratch marks. It was covered in blood. And I don't think it was Joe Rogan's. I think it was like his friend or something like that. And the friend was freaking out, like, what happened? Where's all this blood come from? He takes him to the vet, and they're like, oh, he's got small scratches, but this doesn't look like his blood. They followed the trail, and they saw like a fucking pile of dead coyotes, because this dog was just going around mauling cunts for fun.
Well, what do you think? You know how military dogs, like the canines, they have Kevlar teeth?
Wait, do they?
Yeah.
I thought that was a Black Ops 2 perk.
Nah, they coat their teeth with Kevlar, which is totally fine in a military sense. But what do you think about that if you were just hunting, but you gave your dog Kevlar teeth?
What does it do? Does it just stop it from breaking?
It's like razor sharp.
Kevlar's not sharp. Isn't Kevlar protection?
Well, I think it's the whole idea is because Kevlar is very strong in a very, very like, you know, it's like a fabric that's very, very strong. So it's moldable. Yeah. And it makes it, one, the teeth way stronger, and two, way sharper, because it can be sharpened down. I think that's fine in a military sense, but in a hunting sense, that's like going hunting with an AK-47. Yeah. I'm not okay with that.
I don't like those like kind of bitch hunting where like you'll see they hunt pigs in Hawaii a lot of times, but maybe not Hawaii, but like they'll just fly in a chopper and shoot down from the chopper.
No, that's not fun.
Or like in Hawaii, I think there's one where they I think it is Hawaii actually. They send the dogs out, and the dogs bite it and hold it, and then you walk up and just stab it with a knife. And I think that's kind of bitch.
Yeah, my cousins are really, really big in hunting, and they've got laws in their hunting zone where you're only allowed to have a shotgun with a maximum of 4 shells.
Are we Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
Okay, yeah. What do they hunt in Jordan?
Huh?
Goats? What do they hunt in Jordan?
Birds.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And there's way too many of them, so it's completely legal, and it's actually encouraged by the farmers. No, because they're pests and they kill. They eat the worms, and the worms fertilize the soil.
Do Jordanians? I know I don't know if this, you know how like Saudi princes just bring animals in for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a thing that they do, or if this is like a tradition in like certain Arabic areas. But like hunting with falcons or hawks, is that a thing? You know, the ones which have the little. There is
falconeering. It's very, very big, but I don't think it's as big as just gun shooting.
Just gun shooting. Yeah.
Anyway, boys, I think
end of the episode.
That's been a very quick episode. Holy fuck!
Yeah, geez.
That felt so much faster in my head. Jesus, what's it? How long have we been recording for?
110.
110. It'll probably get cut down because we had a bit of stuff in the middle, but probably around the 1 hour mark.
Beautiful.
Anyway, boys, we haven't done a keyword in a while. I reckon it'd be fun to do one again. Let's do Africa. Michael Jackson.
Smooth criminal.
The keyword is smooth criminal, boys.
He baited himself out so much. Like,
bro, that's 100% his fault.
People always say smooth as a baby's bottom, and Michael Jackson obviously agrees because he's a smooth criminal dog. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Why do you think he wore the glove? Fucking hell.
Well, there you go. Shit. All right,
Anyway,
boys.
that's enough pedophilia for one episode.
That's more than enough.
Thanks so much, Smooth Criminal. Hit us down below or in the Discord if you like. Make sure to hit @PubbyThis. Use our link below. We've also got the Discord link below if you want to fucking join the buckets, become a part of the Milk Bucket family.
100%.
You know what I mean? Fucking great vibes so far. It's been a really good week. Hit up the Instagram, hit up the TikTok. Make sure you see all the content we post there. We posted a video, I think, a couple of days ago. So make sure to check out the YouTube, see that, hit the bell notification icon so you'll never miss an upload we do. We're planning to have much more videos coming soon, so stay tuned for that. It'll be
Absolutely.
be a good time. And
I think that's it.
yeah,
Beauty boys.
5-star review on Apple and Google Podcasts, please.
Please. We'll read out all fucking reviews in the future.
Let's do that next episode. Let's go through it because there was some which were just worded funny.
Yeah,
Like it's like super lit time or something like that. Which made me laugh. But yeah, we'll read them all out next week. So make sure you get in, give us a 5-star review, and get a shout out from the boys next week. And thanks so much for fucking listening, lad.
Cheers, boys.
See you next time.
See you next week.